statement from Coach, then we'll go to questions.
Yeah, man, first of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for giving me the blessing to do what I do. I tell the guys all the time, I mean, it's just a joy to, do what I love in a place I love with people I love. And, the other day, Marcus Freeman, head coach at Notre Dame, he said, man, if you don't appreciate what you have, you'll lose it. And so that goes both ways. Both are, us as a staff appreciating being here and just loving this place, and our fans and everyone appreciating, what Gene Taylor and President Linton are doing here at the university, and all the coaches. Got to go see the volleyball team play the other night. Man, they were rocking and rolling. It's just a blast being around here right now. So thankful for that. Thankful for the win tonight. I have a lot of growing that I got to do. This is very unusual for me. I got to embrace that we're going to outscore people, and get better at that. And because we got some dudes, I mean, they can shoot that thing, man. And I found myself in the game. We're up 20, and I'm frustrated. And I feel like that energy was like affecting the guys, and so I got to get better at that. And then we got some things we got to get better at, but man, thankful for the win tonight.
Thank you, Coach. Who wants to start?
Jerome, when you say you're frustrated at times, does that come on the defensive end when you see some of the things that Bellarmine did tonight against you?
Yeah, but then I look at the stat sheet, and they're 4 for 20 from three, and the game plan was to take away their threes, and we didn't want to have a repeat of the Newman game, right, where they're a three-point shooting team and we give them threes. And this might be one of the least three-point attempt games they've had, and so our guys did a great job there. But when you see guys score buckets at the rim, it just frustrates you. But if we're taking away the rim, then maybe they're knocking down threes. So, but then on the other end, like 73% of our buckets were assisted, and so I got to give them energy in those moments to that. Like, hey, okay, let's turn this thing up, because we don't turn the ball over 18 times. Let's say we get up 9 more shots, right? Shooting 60% from three and 62% from two, and now we score 115 points. So I gotta embrace that part of it better.
I also wanted to ask about David. It seems like he's walked up a little bit, obviously improved since last season. Where have you seen him improve most?
Yeah, no, his strength. That's definitely something that showed up, and I think from even last game to this game, he's put in a ton of work on his shooting. Right, he can really shoot the ball. Every time he shoots it, I think it's going in. Right, when he sets his feet, like I think it's going in. And but even last game to this game, just relaxing. So now, when you put in all that work, you want to see those results happen right away. And so I thought he relaxed, and he just played a really incredible game numbers-wise, right? And then there's the next step that's going to take. So I'm so proud of David. I'm so proud of all these dudes. Like we got weapons, right? I mean, I think so. Teams are going to have to figure out what they're going to take away, and you can't take everything away. And so as our forwards continue to improve, Kamari had a great game. I thought Doreen had really good minutes when he was in there. Having another big who doesn't shoot the ball, so it like you can. Guard traditionally. He was really good, and so Elias is improving, Moby's improving, but I'm really pleased with how we're coming along. Oh, that's it. No other questions?
How do you think you are going to handle some frustrations I'm sure you had defensively, just as you go throughout the next few days ahead of when your schedule gets a little bit tougher?
When your schedule gets a little tougher, it usually means that you're still playing good guards, right? That you're going against. They have good guards that we're going against, but you're probably playing bigger forwards who, are not going to stretch you, and play 5 out. And so you get to guard a little bit more traditionally, and all the stuff we've been working on, we get to try and implement. Like we didn't get to. I mean, we hedged 4 ball screens today, and because we were worried about taking away the 3, we didn't tag on 2 of them, but like when you play a more traditional a more traditional team, where they're going to set more ball screens and roll, they're not slip in and pop in, and where you have to switch the ball screens and stuff. You get a little bit more traditional. I think are not. Then I'll be able to judge our defense a little bit better there. But if we're going to beat teams by 20 and score 100 points, I'm going to embrace it and figure out how to embrace it. I got a great staff, and they'll hold me accountable, and we'll just keep rocking and rolling.
Give examples tonight when you were frustrated? Just what you're trying to embrace that when?
No, I just knew what I was feeling, and I knew like what I was feeling on the inside. I felt like my facial expressions were not like I should have been smiling the whole time and clapping and waving. I promised these dudes that, I told them 180 days a year when we practice, you're not going to like me very much, but on those 40 nights a year that the popcorn's popping and the referee's out there and stuff, you're going to love playing for me. And I don't know that I feel like, I haven't like given them all the love, joy, freedom they deserve right now. So I'm going to get better at that.
11 assists for PJ tonight. How would you describe his facilitating aspect of the team today?
Yeah, I still don't think PJ Haggerty's played well. He was just okay. And 11 assists is good and all of that. But like there's a whole nother level he can get to, and he'll get there. So this is like average PJ, right? And then special PJ is gonna come, but I mean it's just what he signed up for, and love having him though. Like I mean there's like late clock, he can go get a shot, he can make a play for somebody else. He's starting to read a bunch of stuff out there and make calls. Like he's like, hey, run this, let's run that, and so man, love that about him. But he's a double guy every night. He had 10 against Missouri too, and I know that wasn't a real game, but it was an SEC team, and so yeah, he's capable of having double-digit assists every night. He's capable of being an 11-1 turnover guy instead of 11-3. He's capable of all of that.
And what impressed you most about Kamari's performance tonight?
Well, I mean, he caught the ball and he finished, and he was real efficient. I thought defensively, he, for the most part, he was on point. Kamari's just like, man, that left shoulder, that left hand, right shoulder, it's big time, and so we just have to continue to figure out ways to get him to that point. And when you put 4 guards out there, though, like who they gonna tag off of? So his ball screen, make sure he sets it, make sure the guard goes over the top, open up and roll. It's going to be there for him, and he can have more games like that. And he did it in like 13 minutes or something like that. So, maybe I should have been playing him more.
Do you have an update on Marcus Johnson, and is he a retro candidate this year?
No, it's just a coach's decision.
Are you the one playing boogie shoes after every win? Just blasting out a locker room?
I don't do anything with the music. I don't do anything with the clothing. So yeah, I just enjoy it.
BJ told us to ask you, so he said he wasn't doing it.
It wasn't my playlist, but I enjoy it.
What can Castillo be for this team more than just the sharpshooter that we saw tonight?
I think he can be a defensive stopper. He's got great feet, and he's got a toughness about him that allow him to a couple times he had their number 5 running offense at 45 feet. And when you make a team like that run offense that high, it just kills their timing and rhythm. I've said it before, I'm saying again, at some point in time in his career, soon he's going to be our PG1, and this year is a growing year for him to learn from an All-American and, develop his own savvy also in it, and so I'm excited. I want him to really, really enjoy this, and really work hard, and really embrace learning all the little things you got to learn that it's going to allow him to be that in the future, but not think about the future too much. Just let's think about like right now, because that's like we could be really, really good, and he can be a big part of that, and already is.
Anything else for Coach? Okay.
Thanks
thank
a lot. God bless. Go Cats.